Hello, my name is Christopher, and next to me I have the Volvo EX30 Twin Performance. The Twin Performance have a dual motor setup, which means that it has one motor in the front and one in the back. Total effect is 350 kilowatt, not kilowatt hours. So used to say that when we're talking about electric cars, kilowatt, with 428 horsepower, that is as well. The battery is 69 kilowatt hours with 64 kilowatt hours net capacity, and we have a VLTP rating of I think it's 475 kilometers here in Sweden for the Twin Performance Ultra version. And the weather today is typical Sweden, I would say. In the winter it's snowing, it's quite windy, it's quite cold as well. It's at 0 degrees, so the consumption will be bad, I think. I've also been told from Volvo that this is a pre-release software in this car, so it's not the real deal, which means we might see a high consumption, and we also might see some bugs or whatever in the system. I expect that on a car this new, but there's only one way to find out. So after I have charged up here, we are ready to go. Okay, so I'm ready to go. I have 83% in the car, and I have just done a car status trip meter, and here I have reset the trip meter, so it's 0 everywhere. This is the four-wheel drive, so I can use the performance mode if I want, but I don't want that because I want as much kilometers as possible, and that's why I will go with just the normal way, because this is the all-wheel drive, as I mentioned, and this means that it can of course drive on all four wheels at all time, but I have to have this performance mode active. If I don't, it will run on the rear motor only to save energy. So that's what we're gonna do. I have 22 degrees here in the cabin to keep myself warm in this Swedish weather. About 0 degrees outside, with winds going north. We're going north first half of this run, and it's also snowing. I'm just coming up to 56 kilometers, and I have just turned around. Now I am going the opposite way as of the wind, so I expect a higher consumption. The current consumption is 21.3 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, which I think is quite high. I have been going 90 or 94 as it has been 90 on the GPS. So 94 in the car is 90 in GPS. And yeah, the weather is bad about that. The sensor and radar and all that stuff have stopped working, so I have to use the speed limit function on the car to put it on 94 and then hold in the gas pedal. I'm a bit disappointed in Volvo that they haven't thought about snow, because Volvo is a car coming up behind me that was traveling much faster than me. Volvo should know what snow is, so I'm a bit disappointed that everything stopped working just after going like 20 kilometers outside of Uppsala, which is where I was starting. So have to do it manually. Okay, so now I'm back. I have driven exactly 110 kilometers. The car says 109.8 kilometers. So quite good, I would say. We have a consumption of 22.3 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, which is really a lot. But as you can see, the weather there are strong winds, we have snow coming down, and the weather is not very good, I would say. We have to see. There are updates still coming out. The car haven't barely landed yet, and I have actually ordered myself an EX30 Twin Performance, and we'll get that in about 5 weeks time. So on this channel I will do more content of the EX30, but also on other cars, electric cars that is, because I have a Swedish YouTube channel called Elbilsmagasinet, where I do electric car stuff and have been doing for the last 2 years. So I have access to a lot of electric cars here in Sweden, and I don't know really sure how much I will plan to do in English or what I will post here, but if you like electric cars, especially Volvo, now since I'm getting my own for a while, please subscribe. It would mean a lot to me, and it's nice to know that you have someone actually watching the videos you make. But now I'm charging up to 80%, I think, 68 right now, and then we go 120. Okay, back in the car again, and I am ready to drive. I have 80% now in the car, and I have already, I will do a reset of this one, and we are ready to go. Yes, I know. Let's go, 120. Okay, so now I'm back, and I have been driving exactly 110 kilometers, and I've lost 50% of the battery, went from 80 to 30%. And funny, because the consumption is also exactly 30 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, 3 kilowatt hours per 10 kilometers, or a Swedish mile. So this was the first consumption test, I would say, that I have seen at least on the electric EX30 Twin Performance. This is a pre-production software in this car, so I won't do anything else with these numbers. In the Swedish version I usually do some stuff, but I won't do that here since I think it's unfair. Also, since I will have my own twin in about 5 weeks' time, I can redo this test then and see in the real production software how the consumption is. And I will also have a press car of the single motor version, so I can do this as well. But now we know how it was pre-production software, and we have something to compare it to, which is always nice. So if you like Volvo and mainly electric cars, feel free to subscribe and let me know what you think. On this channel, I'm not really sure how much content there will be, but some at least. Right now I'm driving the XC40 Volvo rear-wheel drive. I've also been invited by Volvo to Luleå in northern Sweden to drive the EX30 and XC40 on icy lakes, which is nice. You know, with the new back rear-wheel drive, that could be really fun. And also have the Skoda Enyaq RS coming in soon, and Volkswagen ID.7 as well, and of course my own EX30. So I think we will do mainly Volvo here on this channel, at least for the time being, but there will be other electric cars as well. And if you enjoy that, if you want to see more of that, please let me know, please subscribe, and please of course like this video. Have a nice day, and we'll see each other in another video then.